Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This quarantine thing is a lot. I'm not even going to lie to you. I'm in Austin, Texas right now, and we are at a shelter-in-place order. So, which means basically, if you don't work at a non-essential place of business like a nurse or a doctor or recycling and construction, that you have to stay in your home. And I have been extremely bored. So I decided that I was going to work on my YouTube channel because I started it and I was excited. And then, like a lot of things in life, pretty much I was just like, oh, too much work. So here I am picking it back up again. And I was getting ready and like trying to figure out like what's the next thing I could shoot. I actually have a hair video that I was going to post next, but I also said in my intro video, the bee is on my camera right now. So anyways, I just recorded a whole thing and it was awesome, and I wasn't recording. So anyways, let's try this again. Today I'm going to be talking about self-worth, and in order to know, or any topic that I'm going to bring y'all, I'm going to do the research. I'm not just about to sit here and talk like out my neck, pretty much. So I looked up the definition for self-worth, and self-worth is another word for self-esteem. Great. So I looked up self-esteem. Self-esteem is a confidence in one's own ability, worth, and self-respect. I just thought that was awesome because it's your own confidence in what you do, what you can do, and what you bring to the table, pretty much. Like, that's all that self-esteem is. And so I feel like a big question that a lot of us have is, how do I have this greater sense of self-esteem? For me, in my experiences, the way that I have achieved a higher self-esteem is knowing who I am. And when you know who you are, it's kind of like the backbone of your existence. And that backbone of your existence, to me, in this situation, is your identity. So your identity is basically like who you are. For me personally, I know that I'm a daughter of God, and I know that his promises are yes and amen for me. I know that I'm going to be blessed in the city, in the field, in the streets, in an apartment, in a house, wherever I go. I know that if I mess up and I really repent and turn back to him, I know he's going to forgive me. On a non-religious level, if you don't follow that, and hopefully soon you'll do, I'm my dad. I'm a daughter, and he has told me all through growing up that I'm beautiful, I deserve the best, I can have the best, I need to be integral about what I do, and I need to trust God. If you're a manager at a store or you're a worker, you know that you have the ability to set things in place. You can set a schedule, you know what you can do and your limitations and what you can't do. And so knowing who you are and that identity is so important. And because if you don't stand for something, if you don't like have a greater idea of who you are, you're going to fall for anything. You're going to fall for tricks, you're going to fall for the lies, you're going to fall for the, oh, give me one more chance, and you're going to fall for, oh no, I'm not going to do that again. You'll fall for that if you don't know who you are and your worth. And even, I guess, more on the relationship sides, I know as women, we want that attention and we want that fairy tale kind of life in a relationship, and we just, we really crave that and want that. And I feel like we were made to be like that, but not in an unhealthy way. I know personally for me, before I met my current boyfriend, I started off having standards, and I saw how like that was not taking me nowhere. When I tried to do the right thing and tried to be like, no means no, yes means yes, don't treat me like that, don't treat me like this, I found that it was harder for me to find people that actually like agreed with that, and it was hard for me to find guys that, not that I was supposed to be looking, but it was hard for me to find people that, and even friends that respected what I respected and thought the same like I thought. And so I got tired, and I was just like, you know what, whatever, I'm just gonna do whatever works, and boom. And so from doing that and not knowing my identity, and not that I didn't know, I just kind of put it on the back shelf. And me putting that on the back shelf led me to getting my heart broken, led me from not being responsible with my money, led me from being lonely and crying myself to sleep a lot of nights, all because that I decided to drop my identity and drop who I am in my position, and with that, dropping my self-esteem and my confidence in myself. and my worth and my ability and my self-respect, which is just so crazy. So once you know who you are and you have your identity, stick with it, stay with it. I didn't think that I would get like a boyfriend anytime soon, and I promise you, the moment that I stopped caring and stopped trying to find that, that's when it came to me. And I wasn't even trying to, like, I was just like, I was at the point where I was just like, you know what, God, okay, I'm just gonna pursue you because these guys are crap. And I'm just gonna trust you, and you know, whatever. And it wasn't even like an extreme, like, I'm about to pray for 38 days for what I believe in and what I want. I was just like tired and fed up. I was like, clearly this is not working, so let me go back to those standards and those abilities and my self-respect. I just said, let me just go back to that. And the moment that I, in my head and in my heart, because you can think everything, but if your heart is not in the right place, whatever you say or think it just gets canceled out. It's like a double negative. It cancels out. And so once I thought that in my head and my heart, that's when my boyfriend had came, and he came along, and coincidentally, he's also a pastor's kid, and he's also had the same, experience as me, and we have, or our identity background is the same. So it just matches up perfectly. Our personalities are completely different, but our background and what we believe in is the same, which is awesome. So as far as like, dating me properly and not having sex before marriage and respecting who I am and respecting even my daughter and boundaries and stuff like that, he agreed with it. And I wasn't a stickler. I mean, I wasn't a stickler about it because I was like, all right, everything's going great. This is cool. But everything always starts off really good in every situationship that you have, even friends, not just guys. So I just held my ground, and now I'm in a relationship and we love each other, and more importantly, we love God. So yeah, when you know your self-worth and your identity, nobody is going to have that upper hand to take advantage of you because you're not going to put yourself in obviously hazardous situations. And not even self-worth and self-esteem is not even really, it's very important for relationships too, but also when you're outside of a relationship, it's also important because you have to live with you. So if you think that you're ugly, you never want to look in the mirror and this, that, and the third, and or you feel like your talents aren't as good as everyone else, nobody else is going to think that of you if you don't think that of you. I hope that makes sense. Closing, when you're working on your self-esteem, you owe it to yourself. If nobody is going to give it to you the respect that you deserve, you owe it to yourself to have that high self-esteem. You owe it to yourself to have confidence in what you bring to the table. If nobody else is going to give that to you, you do it for yourself. And just know that you are more than deserving to have all of that. You keep your identity, you keep the backbone of who you are, you stand firm on what you believe in and what you know, and you don't budge. Yes, you have to compromise in some situations, but don't compromise in who you are. Don't be apologetic and be like, well, maybe this is, no, if you want something, you stick with it. And if you are willing to change that to get different results, then you do that. But just know that you're worth it and that you can do it. And that if I can do it, headed, stubbornest person in the world can do it, then you can. All right, guys, that's everything that I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you guys have any other topics that you would like to hear me speak about, or any other stories of my life pretty much, that you want me to speak on, go ahead and leave a comment. Be sure to subscribe and like. It makes me feel loved and appreciated. And I'll see y'all next time. Make sure you wash your hands and don't touch your face. All right, bye.